What's going on, guys? This is Miyasin and welcome to my Ishizu Lightsworn deck profile. I haven't actually made a Lightsworn deck in a while, and the reason for that was because, well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I really have no idea. Anyways, before this video starts, make sure you like and subscribe. Check me out on Twitch and Instagram, blah, 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 blah. Before this video starts also, I already said that. Oh yeah, if this video can get to 1,000 likes, I will be making a live stream on this deck. I'm just so excited to show this deck list that I don't even know what I'm saying. Anyways, let's get right into it. So I'm playing one Levineer and one Chaos Creator, so they're pretty much identical except that they're not. So this one you have to banish 3 cards, and then Chaos Creator you banish 2 cards. And even their effect is very different, even though it's also not. So Levineer, it can revive back from the graveyard if you banish 3 lights, which will usually happen, and then Chaos Creator, you can like kind of revive back a monster from the banished, and then put the other 2 in like the deck, so yeah, you can recycle back your resources, etc, blah, 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 but you don't even need to like grind with this deck because you're always killing people in turn 1, so it doesn't matter. And then for the other very consistent card that definitely don't brick, the End of Anubis and Archlord Christia. So yeah, both of them are cards that you're trying to mill, you're not trying to draw them, no shit. So the End of the Anubis is a fiend monster that you can revive back with a Muckracker from the Underworld, and it's basically like a Dweller and a Necro Valley in a way. This is like a really powerful floodgate. And Archlord Christia is a card that you could actually go for blind. It's a Vanity's Fiend, like quite literally. I mean, if you don't know what Archlord Christia does, so my condolences, I actually feel bad for you. Anyways, for the other cards, 5 Danger Monsters, so triple Nessie and then 1 Orochimaru and Jackalope. And then the one Destrudo that you're always gonna mail because this is like a 43 card deck that actually looks like you're playing a 3 card deck because you mail like 27 billion cards in one turn. A bunch of Lightsworn monsters, actually only 2, well 3, well 3 different, but 7 in total. So 3 Wolf, 3 Felice, 1 Raiden, and triple charge. Every single other Lightsworn monster sucks ass, so there's really no reason to play like Raikou and like Lumina, Lila, and all those shitty cards that literally do absolutely nothing. I mean, there could be the argument for Lumina. It really has like an actual effect. Like, bruv, I'm not really trying to play, like, more bricks in a deck that can already brick. But no, actually, I lied. This deck never bricks. It's Lightsworn, bro. Anyways, I'm also playing the Baby Dragon. So, Black Dragon, Collapse Serpent, White Dragon, Wyver Burster with Chaos Space, of course. So, this combo is really aggressive. It allows you to make a Hieratic Seal and draw 1 card, which is good in my book. Probably bad in yours. No, I'm just kidding. It's obviously broken. If you summon this as, like, FTK, you never lose. 2 Chaos Valkyria. This card can summon itself by banishing either a light or dark in your grave, and then when it's banished, you can foolish your deck for any light or dark monster, but for the rest of the turn, you can't activate cards or effects with the same name as the monster that you just foolished. But that doesn't matter if you're sending like Christia or End of Anubis just to revive it back with either Muckracker, Dugaris, or Chaos Creator, or even Levineer. So a bunch of ways to revive back these monsters, especially the End of Anubis. But yeah, like I said, the Lightsworn monsters and then Trick Clown, as well as the Night Sword Serpent, so they're pretty much identical. The only difference is that Trick Clown makes you die in time, and then this just, I mean, there's really no drawback to this card, outside of the fact that it gets banished when it leaves the field, but that doesn't really matter because you can use it as an Xyz material. Anyways, the Ishizu monsters, I'm playing 3 of every single one of them, so triple Kelbeck, triple Mudora, triple Agido, and triple Keldo. I don't really think I have to, like, explain this anymore. It's really obvious. I mean, these 2, they mill 5 in a deck that's desperately trying to mill cards, and then Keldo is broken because it searches, and Mudora doesn't do jack shit, but I guess it summons itself by discarding an Ishizu monster, and in the graveyard, you can, like, shuffle back resources, either from your own grave or your opponent's grave, which could actually come up if you're actually trying to play this deck competitively, although I definitely don't recommend it. I think if you play this deck, it should be maybe at locals level. And another thing is that don't try to copy this deck because it's probably not going to work out for you. This is really just a bunch of ideas for you, but I really don't recommend playing 2 big boys. Try to only play 1 and stick to that 1 Floodgate monster. Anyways, I think everything else is very self-explanatory. I mean, 1 Foolish Burial, no shit. And then triple charge of the Light Brigade, again, obviously, Chaos Space, and Summon Limit, which could either be that or like Imperial Order if you feel like cheating, I'm just kidding, or Anti-Spell Fragrance or any other powerful floodgate that could make you win the game immediately. So that's it for this deck, 43 card deck. Probably should be like 40 in a perfect world, but this world is far from perfect. Anyways, for the extra deck, Omega, which I summon once every 75 years. Dragster, which is actually very easy to summon because you're pretty much always mailing Destrudo, so you revive it back and then use that and any other monster to make Dragster, and then you can negate spells and traps to protect your Christia. Now, for the rank 4s, Minerva, this is actually really nice in this deck because you're also playing Felice now that the Kelbeck and Agido can mail it and then revive it back. So this is the reason why Felice all of a sudden is really nice. And Dweller, of of course, really nice card. Broken against like tier elements and stuff. Dugaris, very insane to revive back your floodgates. And then Scaldeat, World Sea Dragon, Zelantis, Griffin, Appaloosa, Curious, Unicorn with Masquerena, as well as the Mudcracker to revive back the end of Anubis. Could also protect your, whatever. I mean, if you summon this with Masquerena, you can protect your stuff from getting Regeki'd. And then Hieratic Seal and Striker Dragon. These two monsters are there because of the baby dragons, and I don't really think I have much to explain on the idea section part. I mean, I guess you could play like more danger monsters, Bigfoot, Thunderbird, Ogopogo, maybe like Danger Dogman with like Draco Sack so that you can summon 2 tokens, and then make Cherubini, send a level 3 monster, and then make like, I don't even know. Obviously, if you're playing a bunch of level 7 monsters, there is something that you could do, because sometimes I randomly have like a Nessie sitting on the field doing nothing, and I just like wished I had something else to like go along with it. It could make sense, but obviously the more danger monsters you play, the kind of better they become, because then you can start making Curious, and your hands become less normal summon dependent. So if you want to do something that could actually work out, you could maybe remove one of these monsters, and then maybe trim down the amount of like, I don't know, Lightsworn monsters, maybe not, maybe the spells, and maybe potentially cut the baby dragons, and only play, you know, these big boys off of the Chaos Space Searchers, as well as Chaos Valkyria. So you're gonna have 2 light targets, and then 2 dark targets. Maybe try to trim this down to 40 cards, and potentially play some danger monsters as well. With Pot of Desires, that's something else that you can do. That's the reason why it is in my idea section. I don't really recommend playing Call by the Grave with the Ishizu monsters laying around, because you're pretty much never going to negate something, and you need to prioritize your engine above all else. Now, Gizmek could work. It's a level 8 monster that summons itself, and Mystic Mine is just a part of your imagination. Don't worry about it, it doesn't exist. So it's not like you have to play like 1 out to Mystic Mine. If you get mined, it is what it is, just gotta take the L. And Gizmek and Desires definitely don't help out with that. So that's the reason why I didn't want to play them in tier elements, by the way. Anyways, Chaos Nephthys, very nice plays that you can do with that, especially if you can destroy cards on your opponent's turn. One really cool thing about Chaos Nephthys is that it is one of those really insane cards that you can foolish with Chaos Valkyria. But since you're always trying to go for Christia, then it becomes a little redundant, because it is a card that summons itself, and obviously under Christia you can't really do that. So that's the reason why I like Floodgates on top of Christia or something. Anyways, Artifact Scythe, of course, if you're trying to randomly scythe your opponent on top of Christia-ing, it's not gonna come up. Anyways, Gamma with Lambda if you want to. When you tag out, when you banish that Omega on end phase, you can also search. And then the Zombie Vampire, very nice card if you're playing Vampire Fascinator, so that you can mail a bunch of cards. Hope Harbinger, Access Code, Phoenix with like other Link 2s, and the Vampire Fascinator, as I said, and that's kind of it for this deck profile. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, you already know the drill. Friendly reminder to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Peace.